Greetings to all peoples and kingdoms of Valar, and welcome to Shieldmaiden of Valar. The world of Middle-earth does not end at the reaches of the Far East and the Grey Havens. Beyond the confines of the normal world, there was another, a heavenly Undying one, the lands of Valinor. Imagine for a moment that you were granted a tour of these lands, riding in Vingilot, the golden ship of Eärendil. What would that be like? What would you see? Fortunate viewer are you, for this Shieldmaiden has procured just such a ride for you. So sit back and let this Shieldmaiden be your guide across the wonderful worlds beyond Middle-earth. Valinor is actually a part of the larger continent of Armand, or the Blessed Realm. In an effort to defend themselves against Melkor, the Valar established the domain of Valinor, which became more beautiful than Middle-earth in the spring of autumn. Other regions of Armand included Eldamar, Oriamore, Alaman, Avathar, and the Isle of Tor Oresia. Eärendil has agreed to take you over the entire of the continent, but he has assured you that nothing is more beautiful than Valinor, and you will want to see the most of that domain. You smile as the ship glides from the moorings of the Grey Haven into the fresh sky of a spring morn. You have heard enough of Valinor that you do not doubt his word. There seems to be something almost enchanted about Vingilot, for you have thought that you have barely set sail into the skies, when suddenly the Isle of Tor Oresia awakens on the edge of your vision. You stand quietly at the edge of Vingilot, watching as the port city of Avalane glides by beneath you. You hear the cries of the seagulls, the beatings of the waves upon the shoreline, the soft conversation of the elves who call the isle their home. A shimmering cast of gold and pearl emits from the swan-carved stone gates that admits you into the outer realm of Valinor. Eärendil steers the ship higher as the towering hills of the isle begin to reach you. The realm you are within is called Eldamar, and it encompasses most of the coastal regions. The air was clear and cold. There was a gathering purity that seems to permeate even these outer reaches of the Undying lands. Eärendil points out the varied and unique flora that grow over the isle. Laurelace, tall, proud, evergreen. Tanaquilase, casting its fragrant scent over the earth and the heavens, and a golden malon. You cast a glance over your shoulder as the golden in the Pole City fades from view. A tinge of chill brushes through the air, and you gaze ahead to the whirling mist of snow and ice. This is Oriamore, Eärendil tells you, his pure blue eyes narrowed in the sudden onrush of snow and wind. You have heard, of course, of the terrible crossing of the Halakoaxe. Oriamore is the region that houses all the cold and winter of Valinor. You nod. There are a few who do not know of the crossing of the Halakoaxe by the Nordor. It is a dark story, and not meant for this journey of wonder and light. Yet somehow these northern regions seem to cast a sober aura over the ship and its passengers. There is a soft morning sound to the wind, the snow particles that sting your cheeks and the wind that leaves your breath frozen on the air, all soft and envelop you in a feeling of distance and warning, as if the fate of the Nordor, those many years ago, might be yours as well, if you do not heed well to the voices of the Valar. You pass from the region of Oriamore into the neighboring one of Alaman. It is the outer reaches of the cold and barren wastelands, and it is where the Nordor heard their doom proclaimed, from a dark figure standing atop a high rock. There is more of an emptiness to this place, more wild, more savage. You feel a shiver run down your spine that is not caused by the wind and snow. Eärendil has fallen strangely silent, staring straight ahead as Vingilot glides through the whirling white mist. The ship has made a large circle, and you realize that you are turning around. You wonder why. Vingilot is climbing higher onto the clouds, and the constant cry of the wind dies to a subdued murmur. Eärendil glances at you. We are going to the southern tip of Armand before we see Valinor in all its glory. The night must come before the dawn. He leaves you with his cryptic statement, but almost before you have a chance to ponder it in your mind, you feel a thick, lurking darkness shrouding the ship. Vingilot glides lower, softly, almost cautiously. Eärendil holds up his hand, and the ship slows to a near stop, hovering in the sky, affording you a view of land stretched out before you, long and dark and empty. A heavy mist of grey nothingness drifts over Avathar. You glance at Eärendil. Long ages ago, the Dark Lord did horrible work here. His voice is soft, sorrowful. Morgoth and Ungoliant sought to destroy the light of Valinor, lying in wait in these dark places, for darkness and void have always been evil's dwelling place. Let us not linger here. Vingilot seems to sail away with a relieved gust of wind to his sails. The region of Valinor rises from the sea and mingles with the golden of the clouds in a heavenly rush of pure light and breathless wonder. Eärendil allows the ship to glide slower, giving you time to reconcile your mind with your eyes. After the wind and the snow and the darkness, you feel even more the heavenly light and purity emitting from this place. Vingilot sails in a large, almost respectful circle around the shimmering city, allowing you to take in the fullness of the Undying lands. Eärendil speaks. The 9 Valar have their homes here. I will show them all to you. There was a rush of clear air, bathed in the sweet perfume of floor, mingled with the salt from the ocean. Vingilot has swooped downward, and then in a cold rush of higher air, you find yourself ascending to the summit of Tanaquil, the highest peak of the world, whereas Elmarith, the mansions of Manwë and Fodder, the king and queen of Valar. There are no words to describe the ethereal beauty that is granted to your mortal eyes. A marriage of stars, light, and air is the only way you begin to name the sight that you are gazing upon. The walls are made of white and blue marble, its roof spun of a web of blue air and spangled with stars. The very air seems to shimmer with the gold, the silver, and the bronze that makes up its floors and foundations. Glorious, pure, light, and beauty are the mansions of Manwë and Fodder, the king and queen of Valar. It is not so much crafted for them, than crafted of them. Near to this were the dwellings of Eärendil the smith. You can see the shimmer of gold, silver, and bronze upon the smith house, and in the courtyard there are trees and a pool of blue water. That is where Yavanna, the wife of Eärendil, spends her days. Eärendil tells you. She is the Valar of the earth, and the earth is her joy as much as crafting and smithing are her husband's. You feel the ship rise upward over the golden, silver, and bronze pool, and suddenly the free rushing air of the sea meets your face and whips through your hair. You are looking down on the dwellings of Ose, vassal to Ormo, the Valar of the sea. Ormo dwells alone in the depths of the sea, but Ose befores the coastlines and shorelines, and thus his house is here, made of thousands of pools, its floors of seawater, its tapestries the glint of the silver skin of fishes, and its roof of foam. You gaze down upon the beauties of nature intertwined with divinity. You hear the pounding of the waves in your ears, the cry of the seagulls, the fresh, wild sensation that is impressed upon your heart, and you laugh aloud in this wonder. Vingilot turns sharply away from the ocean, and suddenly you are plunged into a sober maze of pine and yew and cedars, and their scent is heavy and dreamy. You are entering the realm of Ormo, also known as Lorien, and his wife Este, Valar of visions, dreams, and healing. You sense here a presence of knowledge that brings with it sorrow, yet also a feeling of hope. The air is lit by glowworms. There are flowers and stars mingled in the maze of trees and forest, and a sweet scent of earth and air and water, all mingled with the trees and the flowers, linger long behind after you leave the realm of dreams and healing. The dwelling of Torkis and his wife, Nessa, are next. Torkis, the strongest of the Valar, the one who laughed at the sight of danger and rejoiced in his strength and might. Husband of Nessa, the one who is said to be as swift as an arrow, who danced on the evergreen lawns of Valinor. His is the house of mirth and rivalry, Eärendil tells you. His towers are of copper and bronze, his halls are full of his companions, alive with games and feasting, and in the evergreen gardens Nessa his wife dances and joys in her own way. Orome is the brother of Nessa, and it is to his realm that Vingilot turns next. Orome is the Valar of the hunt, lover of the forest, keeper of trees and beasts alike. You feel a soft brush of wind as the dim enchantment of the forest sweeps over you. You hear the call of bird, the thudding of hooves upon the pine floors, and then a horn. Valaroma, the horn call of Orome. You peer over the side of Vingilot, hoping for a sight of the great rider astride his steed, Daha. But he is away, riding among his trees and over his earth. The great hunter hears, but the animals in his own forest are safe from his bow. It is a sanctuary, a place where man and beast alike can find refuge. Eärendil nods ahead. There are his halls, wide and low, with skins and fells of great richness and price strewn there, spears and bows and knives upon the walls, its very structure made of half a living tree. That is Arome and his wife, she of the gardens and flora and the fauna. It is said of her, all flowers spring as she passes, and opens as she glances upon them, and all birds sing at her coming. She has the beauty of both heaven and earth upon her face and in all her walks. His voice falls silent, and you realize suddenly that you are entering upon the last of the dwellings of the Valar of Doom, keeper of the slain, the judge, the just, Mandos. Namo is his real name, but he is most known as Mandos, after his dwelling place. There he lives with his wife, Valar, the weaver of time, whose hands tell the story of the world and hang her work upon the walls of the halls of Mandos, ever widening it, as the world continues and the story does too. A deep shadow falls over Vingilot, a deep shadow of silence, and you feel the chill of darkness as you pass into the halls of the keeper. There was a feeling of depth here, of endless time, of knowledge and wisdom and the endings of things. A voice suddenly speaks. Welcome to the halls, child of autumn. I wonder at your presence. For your kind, I do not have the authority to judge. We only seek passage back to the shores of Middle-earth, Eärendil replies. Ah, Eärendil, light of the dawn, morning star, my halls are not fit for your presence. Here is the sobriety of fate, the quiet hush of judgment, the endings of all things and all times. This gaze, shrouded under a dark mantle, finds you. You know this child of autumn. You have felt the beauty and the light, and you wish never to leave it. He knows your inner thoughts as well as you know them yourself. You nod, dropping your gaze from that piercing one of the judge. Mandos continues. I will not say that it is a long desire, yet it is not written in the wreathings, and it is not told in the story. Return, child of autumn, to the shores of your own land. There is light and peace here, but I feel it strong within your own heart. Return and give light and hope to the world that so desperately needs it. It is written in the wreathings. You bow your head. There is nothing that you can think to say. The keeper has spoken. Vingilot passes through the shadows, through the darkness, into the clear light of day, as you begin your journey home. Thank you for joining with me today through the World of Valar. I hope you enjoyed this imaginative tour through the lands of Valinor. Please like the video, subscribe to Shieldmaiden, and join us again so we can explore more of Middle-earth together. Namadi.